Happy Monday, Spartan fans, and welcome into this latest edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter from Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. We've been talking a lot of football because obviously fall camp just around the corner. We've been doing some position battle breakdowns, and I'm going to take a bit of a break from that just because we need to talk some hoops as well. Got to throw it in there every now and then, even though we're entering football season. And as you know, with football, uh, not far after that is basketball, and definitely an interesting season that awaits the Spartans defending the Big Ten title, trying to get back to an Elite Eight without some key pieces, but also returning some key pieces and have added some newcomers, both through the transfer portal and recruiting. You've got two incoming freshmen, Cam Moore, Jordan Scott, and then you've also, got some returners who weren't as impactful last season. Kurt Tang, Jesse McCulloch, of course, didn't play. Kurt Tang saw some time here and there, but wasn't any. He wasn't, a significant contributor. But expected to take on a larger role this coming season, and that's what I want to kind of get into is are these up and comers are they going to be ready for the big moment? Because just about all of them are going to need to are going to be called on to contribute, and you can there's that concern there, right, about how much experience each of them has. And then, I just mentioned Kurt Tang and Jesse McCulloch, for example. I mean, Tang uh, averaged over or around 3 minutes a game last season. And you look at that and say, how's this guy going to be ready to be a guy who's, coming off the bench and being expected to immediately contribute in a positive manner? But um, I mean, that's what you got to be ready for. And Kurt Ting, I mean, um, there's a reason that he wasn't redshirted last season. Um, Tom wanted him ready, and fortunately for Michigan State, didn't have really any serious injuries last season, and so as a result, Tang wasn't really called upon um, to have to step up. And now, likely to be your second string shooting guard. And this was a guy who, before they brought in Trey Fort, we were looking at him and saying, is Kurt Tang going to be the starting shooting guard? I know a lot of fans felt a little uneasy about that, rightfully so, just because of the lack of experience there. But I talked to Tang about this last week. He said he's confident, he's put in the work, and because of that, he thinks he'll be ready. And I believe it, and I think there's something to be said. This goes for Jesse McCulloch too, who I also talked to about this same topic. But I think there's something to be said about having played against such a great team in practice last season, having been part of a winning culture. Um, they like I said, these guys battled the first string, the starters in practice last season. So they got as good of competition as anyone. Maybe not in game, but um, every day going up against a starting lineup for a team that won the Big Ten. There's a lot of value in that. So that's great learning experience. Um, I still have a little bit of a concern with Jesse, who told me he's expecting to come back this week, be on the court. Um, but there's a little bit of a concern. He's had a somewhat serious injury this summer. Um, And like I said, last year redshirted, didn't play. So that's a lot of time away from the basketball court that you know isn't necessarily ideal when you're young and you're first starting out. Um, hasn't even seen the floor yet as a Spartan. So now you're asking him to be a backup to Carson Cooper and um, see some significant playing time. I mean, uh, there's definitely a concern that comes with that. But again, saw valuable, um, got valuable practice experience going up against Cooper and Zapala and Jackson Kohler last season. So he does have that experience he can lean on. And for that, I think you can look at it with a little more of a positive angle. Um, but still definitely not an ideal situation to be in. Good thing is, Tom is so very high on Jesse. Um, and I think, if Tom Izzo has faith in him, everyone should be. And then you look at Cam Ward and Jordan Scott. Scott, I don't, it's really tough to say how much he's going to be called on next season. I don't see him playing too much of a factor. Um, but now with Caleb Glenn out, I don't know. Could be, could see some impactful minutes at the wing, backing up Cohen Carr. Um, it's really tough to say right now, but Cam Ward, definitely someone I see being a contributor and gonna. He's already gained valuable experience battling Jackson Kohler in practice. Kohler's taken him under his wing, um, and that's been vital early on. So are those two going to be ready? Well, I think so, and I wrote an article about it yesterday, about how, there are two prospects who come from the DMV area, which high school basketball on another level there, the jam-packed crowds and so many greats have come from that area. Um, so, they have that experience of playing in environments that, almost are at that same level of a high intensity Big Ten game. Um, and obviously they'll have to be ready for that, and I think that helps them a lot. And not only that, but the non-conference games, some really tough ones on the schedule. Um, Divine Ugochukwu also, he's going to be your backup point guard. He he's got more experience than all the guys I've mentioned. Saw some uh, He started some games last season for Miami, albeit very bad Miami team that was dealing with a lot of things. It's coach retiring, injuries, which is why Ugochukwu got called on to start. But there is something to be said about playing in the ACC and uh, seeing opponents like Duke and North Carolina, which Michigan State again we'll see this season, this coming season, and um, this was also a topic I wrote about that Ugochukwu will have that experience of facing these teams, so that helps him a lot. But um, I think he'll be probably the most prepared of these guys I've mentioned, um, just because he's got that experience. But all around, you look at these first and second year players, and it's there's two sides to it. One, whether or not they've seen college action yet, they've gotten good practice experience, um, or like in Warden Scott's case, played at a high level of high school basketball. Um, but there's of course the concern there too that just about all of them are going to be expected to be big time contributors, and you just wonder, are they ready for it? It, I, as I've said, it's not ideal. But I think you've also got enough veterans too in front of them where it works out. And as long as you've got one or two of those veterans on the court at all times, um, I think you can get by with the lack of experience and the youth that you're going to have to lean on. But with all that said, please let me know what you guys think about this roster, and if these young guys, if you feel they could be ready for the challenge, if you're feeling a little uneasy about it, because there's definitely reason to be. But at the end of the day, Tom Izzo knows what he's doing, and um, I think he likes this team and likes the guys that he's been able to put on this roster. So let me know. And as always, read along with all of our content on Michigan State Spartans on SI. We're giving you tons of daily content to keep you busy during this slow part of the off season that is going to ramp up soon. Big Ten Media Days this week um, for football. Definitely, we'll be looking forward to that. And then fall camp. Um, we're almost there. So thank you, as always, for tuning in and appreciate all of your engagement. I hope you all have a great start to your week. Thanks.